So let's get started, students. So what we have is basically the 0580 Cambridge exam. We have got the non-calculator paper for the October-November 2025, paper 22, most recent paper for the 0580 non-calculator. Got to start solving this one. So since we don't have again, the formula sheet is always available. Calculators must not be used. This whole paper, almost 24 questions are there, 24 questions available in this paper. Calculators must not be used in this paper. Starting off with the basic numbers question, we have got temperature, and a lot of students get this temperature question wrong as well by making a silly mistake. So we have to be careful that how to solve the temperature question as well. The temperature at 4 a.m. is minus 12 degree. The temperature at 4 p.m. is 21 degrees Celsius. So what we have to do is basically get the increase in temperature. So how much the temperature, we have to find the increase in temperature from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. students. So it's basically increase in temperature means we have to get the distance. So it will be the new temperature. We can say that 21 degrees Celsius, and the difference I was going to find out. So we'll just add it in at 21 plus 12 will be 33 degrees Celsius. That will be the final answer for this question. Okay. So we have got 33 degrees Celsius for this one. Or the other approach can be that you tell the examiner that minus 12 degree you are starting with the temperature at 4 a.m. So at the starting of the morning at the 4 a.m. it was minus 12 degrees Celsius, and then it came down to at 4 p.m. it become basically positive 21. So minus 12 to 21 is basically the temperature got changed by 33 degrees Celsius. That is what we have got here, students. Okay. Then you have to find all the common factors between 8 and 12. So the common factors between 8 and 12 will be just any way working possible you can show to get that. Between 8 and 12, it will be 2 4s are 8, 2 6 are 12. Okay, and then we have got common factors, 2 2s are 4. So what are all the so what can be the common all they are not asking for the HCF LCM thing. They're asking what will be all the common factors, which tables 8 can come in, right? Which tables find all the common factors of 8 and 12? What tables 8 and 12 can come in? So we are clearly sure that the table 1 times of 8 and 1 times of 12, 8 and 12 can always comes in the 1 times of table. Then 8 and 12 will be coming in 2 times of table. 2 4s are 8 and 2 6 are 12. And then you can say that 8 and 12 can come in the 4 times table as well. 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. I don't think any other table, any other factor, they will have more common factors. Any other table does not accommodate 8 and 12. So it will be just we have to write down the factors. No HCF, LCM thing, apologies. So I just read it as the highest common factor. So that is question number 2, in which we have to find all the common factors of 8 and 12, and this will be the approach for that. Okay. The next we have a cuboid has these are all questions. A cuboid has length 6 centimeter, width 5 centimeter, and we have got basically a height of 2.5 centimeter. We just have to work out the volume of the cuboid. So the volume of the cuboid is going to be the length into width into the height. Okay, so we have got the volume of the cuboid is length into width into height. So you can just tell the examiner it will be 6 into 5 into 2.5. So that is going to be just multiplication that we have to do to get the volume of the cuboid to be 30 times of 2.5. So that should be, we can just solve it further by saying that it will be 30 times of 25 over 10. That will be 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10. So that can be 30, 5 5s are 25, and 5 2s are 10. So that should be 2 1s are 2 15s are 30, and 15 5s are will be 75. Okay, so that will be the calculation. 2 1s are and 2 15s are 30. Simplified as much, and 5 15s are is 75. That will be itself 2 marks. 1 mark is for getting 75, and the other mark is basically for getting 1 mark is for 75, and the other remaining 1 mark will be for the formula application. does the student know the volume of the cuboid or not? Okay, does the student know the volume of the cuboid or not? So that is what we have got, 75 centimeter cube. Then the next question says that a computer that will be used when we have surface area. When two times of length into width plus two times of that will be used when we have when you have surface, when you have to find the surface area of the cuboid. Okay. So in a sale, the cost is reduced by 20%. We have to find the cost of the computer in the sale, so we have to just reduce the price. So I always say 100% was the original price. If you are going to reduce by 20%, the new price will be 80%, sir. So why not find the exact value? Why not get the direct answer? 560 into 80%. Okay, that will be 80 over 100, and that will be uh 24s and 25s, and that's how it will help us. We can solve it without the help of calculator. 24s and 25s, that will be 560 times of 4 divided by 5. So let's try to cancel out 5 ones and 5 11s are 55. So one left and 112. So 112 times of 2 will be 448. 4 twos are 8 and 4 ones are 4. So 448 is the answer coming. Again, it will be 1 mark for the it will be 1 mark for the formula application. We have got 1 mark for the $448 and 1 mark for solving and getting the answer for that as well. Okay. So that is what we have got for question number 4 as well. The first 4 questions out of the 24 questions of the paper are done, and we have scored almost 6 marks from page number this one, page number 3. Okay, scored. So this was majority of the questions. I think all of them, 1, 2, and 4, were coming from the numbers section, and only question number 2 was basically only question number 2 was from only question number 3 was from the mensuration, that we have to get the volume of the cuboid. Then the statistics portion comes in, that we have got, sir, the pie chart, which is going to show us the information about the way 600 students travel to the school. So we have got walk is 90 degrees. As everyone can see that, sir, walk is basically going to be 90 degrees. Bicycle is 60 degrees. And then we have work out the number of students who will walk to school. Okay, so we have to find out how many number of students will be walking to school. So we can apply the ratio here, that if we have 600 students in total, that will be total how much students? 600 students will represent, sir, 360 degrees. Okay, 600 students will represent 360 degrees. And if we look at that from the perspective that we need to find out how many will be going to school, so school will be work out the number of students that walk to school. So we have to find out how many students are walking to school. So we have 90 degrees available who is walking to school. So we can just do the cross multiplication and get the answer for this one. It will be, sir, 600 times of 90 and divided by the 360. Okay, so that will be 600 times of 90 divided by 360, and that will help us get the answer as well. That will be 600 times of 90 divided by basically 360. This will help us get the question number 5 solution. Okay, we have got the number of students who are walking to school without calculator, which we have to solve. Okay, so this will be 91s are 94s are 360. Okay, we have got basically 91s are 94s are 360, and then it should be 4 ones are, and we will get, sir, 4 ones are, and this should be around 415. 150s are, that will be the number of students we have got, will be 150. It should be 150 as the answer, that 150 are the basically students who are basically walking to school. Okay, for the pie chart question, we have got 150 students. Those will be walking to the school. We have got this as 150 students. So this will be worth 2 marks as well. Getting that for applying the ratio method and solving this to get the 150 students. Then we have to make the mark this 120 of the students travel to school by car and the remaining students are traveling by bus. So we have to complete the pie chart, which means we have to draw the diagram for 3 marks. So one of them will be have to get the angle first. So if 600 students represents 360 degrees and I have 120 students who travel by car, I'll have to find out the angle for them first. So I will have to find the angle for them. It will be, sir, 120 into 360. divided by the 600. Okay, so we have got 120 into 360 divided by 600. That will be the case. And with this approach, we can easily able to get the angle for the students. 120 of the students travel to school by car, so just have to get the angle here. So that should be uh, 36, 6 6 are 36, or we can go 9 4s are 36, and but 9 doesn't have this one. Better to go 6 and 60, 60 tens are 100. We can go with this approach that 60 tens are 100. It should be like this, sir. 60 tens are 100, and the other one will be that we got 60 tens are 100 and 60 12s are is 120. Okay, 60 62s are will be 120. Then we have got two or 121s are directly, and 125s are is 600 as well. So we got 5 left, and 360 divided by 5 will be 5 sevens are 35. So I got 5 sevens are 35, and then one left. So that will be 72 degrees according to me. So you have to make a 72-degree angle for the, so we'll have to make a 72-degree angle for the car thing. Okay, we'll have to make a 72 degrees angle for basically the students who are traveling by car. So how do you have to go on the diagram, make sure use of a pencil and the ruler and that protector. You have to get that angle, the protector, which will help you make the angle. Use of a pencil here with the straight line. You can either keep it here, you can either keep it here, and as everyone understands, this is when a proper, if this is 90-degree, I can clearly tell you that this will be also 90-degree if I make it here. Exactly similar is 90 degrees. So you can just keep it here and check what's the angle becoming from 0 till 72 degrees. This is 0. So I'm pretty sure that 72 will be little bit like here only. So you can just mention the examiner. Make sure be careful about it. So 72, let's call it somewhere here. Okay, so 72 something 80, yeah. So I think this will be enough. From this is 90, that should be 72, almost correct. So this is going to be, sir, measure with proper, this is 72 degrees, write it down and make sure label it properly. Label along, labeling will give you 1 mark as well. Okay, it is very important to label the label as well. Okay, it is very important to label as well. That is, we have got 72 degrees for the car thing, car mention, and then the remaining students will travel by bus. So we don't need to find the angle for that. It's 100% clear that this will be the remaining students who will be traveling by the bus. Okay, these will be remaining students who will be traveling by the bus, and the remaining students will travel by bus, and that will be, you can just do it 360 minus 72 minus 60 if you want to mention that. You can just tell the exam it will be one, we'll just subtract it. 72, let's do that for the bus. It will be, sir, the angle will be 360 minus 72 minus 90 minus 60. So 90 and 60, 150. 150 and 70 will be 150 and 70 will be 222, and then 230. So that will be 138. So this is coming with the mental maths being strong. Make sure that I did it in the mind that it will be 138 degrees coming for the bus as well. So there's a huge question worth on pie charts that they are testing on paper number 20580, non-calculator paper, which we are solving. Pie charts can be tested in this paper very easily. They can ask you ratio and simple completing of the pie chart. Make sure just have to make one of the angles, one of the compass, and the other part will all itself be, it's clearly we can see that this looks like 138 degrees. Everyone can see that it clearly looks like 138 degrees as well. Okay, so that is question number 5 done of the total 24 questions. Okay, hope everyone got it and everyone cleared on that as well. Okay, next, moving on, we have what we have is basically question number 6, in which we will have question number 6 is on geometry, how to find out the angles, how to find out the values, measurements. So we have got question number 6 is, I would recommend everyone to have a look at it, and then I'll be solving it as well. A, B, C, all three parts are on angles. And then we have an inequality question as well. I would recommend everyone to read it so that we can have a discussion on that, how to solve this part as well. So what we have in question number basically 6, the examiner tells us that we have ABCD is a quadrilateral and we have to apply the basics of geometry. That's where ABCD is a quadrilateral and E lies on CD. The point E lies on CD and AE is parallel. So this one is parallel. AE is parallel to the BC. So parallel lines met there. So we just have to find angle ABC. So how do you find angle ABC? The first angle is this one we have to find. Make sure, don't forget to write, show the working here. So we have got ABC. If we have to find, what students need to understand, okay, this should be, there is no need to give the reason, it's 1 mark only. Students should understand when we have parallel lines, these will be called corresponding angles, right? So I can first get the angle number E, which will be 180 minus the 80. So angle number E will be 100 degrees. Students, if angle number angle number E is 100 degrees, okay? Angle number E is going to be 100 degrees. As we can see from the perspective that why it is 100 degrees, it's basically the perspective. These are corresponding angles, right? These are, I'm writing down the reasoning as well for revision purpose. These are corresponding angles on the same parallel lines on the same thing. If and the sum of the quadrilateral is 360, so 360 minus 100 minus 75 and minus 80 will give you the angle. The sum of the quadrilaterals will be 360, so 100 plus 80 is 180. 180 plus 75 will be something 255, and that it will be 360 minus 255 will be 105 degrees. This is all about getting the marks, okay? It was all about 1 mark angles. So just directly try to get the angle value available, and that will be enough to get the marks. So there is 105 coming in. Then you have to find out angle number AED as well, students. So how do we get, so angle number AED is basically this one. How do you get this? Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line add up to 180. So there is no need to give the reason because I'm explaining. So I'm just giving all the reasoning. Angles on a straight line is basically add up to 180 degrees. So that is going to be 180 minus 100. That will be 80 degrees, okay? Also, the other way is basically if this is 80, this will 100% be 80 as well, okay? So that was the understanding that angle AED will be 80 degrees. And the last one you have to find is angle DAB. So DAB will be worth, if you have to work out the angle DAB, so DAB is all about this thing that the examiner is asking. DAB is all about this thing. So we have to basically find out this. Since these two measurements are same, the examiner mentions this line will be taking help from. If EA is equals to AD, those are isosceles lines, isosceles triangle will be formed. So we can say if that is 80, it will be, sir, 180 minus 80, that will be 100 divided by 2, that is going to be 50 degrees each. So angle number A is 50 degrees each, and angle DAB is going to be, sir, 50 plus 75, that will be 125 degrees as the answer for this one. This will get us the whole marks and whole question is solved. This one as well, students, okay? So everyone got it. This is 125 degrees angle. We have got this done as well. Then we have question number 7, which tells us that we have to represent the inequality. Minus 4 is less than x is less than equals to 3 on a number line for 2 marks worth. So if we have to get this, it's very simple that you just have to draw the circle on minus 4, students, one circle on minus 4 and one circle on 3, because the x values are between minus 4 to 3. Make sure take the help of a ruler, draw a straight line, and be careful. I'll zoom in. Minus 4 is not included because only less than, students. Sir, minus 4 is not included because less than, but positive 3 is included because of the less than equals to. So this would have been colored. So we'll color this one, and this will give us the 2 marks, 1 mark for the coloring of the 3 and 1 mark for the proper line drawing. Take the help of the ruler as well to mark that, okay? And you can do this one with the, definitely with a pen as well, or a pen. I would recommend do with a pen this question, okay? So we have got another page done, which is we have achieved till question number 7 out of the total 24 questions of this paper, which is without calculator. The next one we have got is basically we have got the person Kemi, this is a word problem. Kemi buys P pens that each cost 40 cents. She pay with $20. Write an expression in terms of P for the change in cents. So we have to get the answer in cents. which Kemi will receive from $20. So I think that I would convert them. It's better to convert dollars. Always remember $1 is 100 cents. It's fixed in the mathematics language. Okay, all $1 is basically, let's write it down here, make sure working. So $1 is basically, sir, 100 cents. So we got that. So $20 will be 2000 cents, right? 20 times of 100 will be 2000 cents. And if you are buying P pens and one of them is worth 40 cents, so all of the pens will be total to 40 times of P. So the answer should be worth 2 marks. 2000 minus 40p. That should be the change that you should be getting. I think so. That is the change that we should be getting, students. Hope this is clear. Write down for the change. What will be the change that we are going to get? We have to write down an expression for that. Okay, 2000 minus 40 times of P. That is what the cents we are going to get. The change in the cents is 2000 minus 40p. Does everyone got question number 8? It was a small word problem question that they have tested. Is everyone clear on that? Understood? Then we have got another question from all of these are from numbers and algebra section. Rajit, the person Rajit buys a full bottle of juice. He drinks 1/3 of the full bottle on Monday. He drinks 3/7 of the full bottle on Tuesday. Find out the fraction of the bottle of the juice remaining. Okay. So 1/3 he drink and 3/7 he drink as well. So I would say that we just have to understand the total fraction is always 1. The total fraction is always 1, so they are testing fractions. We subtract whatever he drink on Monday, and we also subtract whatever he drink on Tuesday. So that will help us get the value here. Okay, that will help us get the value. Just they are trying to test your basic knowledge skill, whether students knows the LCM thing and those things. 1 times of 21, 1 times of 3 sevens are 21, and 7 threes are 21. So there's what is going to happen. It will be, sir, 21 minus 7 minus 9. We don't have calculator, so this is the best way of doing it. This is worth 3 marks, so be careful, okay? Worth 3 marks. You can't directly give the answer. 3 marks are a huge question for this one. You have to show maximum possible working. 7 plus 9 is how much? 16. And 16 over 21 minus 16 will be, sir, 5 over 21, which gives me that it is correct as well. I've got the correct fraction. 5 over 21 is the answer, and I have got it correct. So that is 5 over 21, which we have got for this one, which is question number 9, which we have solved, students, which is 5 over 21. Then question number 10, I would like everyone to pay attention. Let me know everyone got this. Any problems with 8 and 9? This was worth 5 marks. Another 3 marks question. They are trying to get an idea about your, have the students got the correct estimation? Does they know do they know the significant figures properly? So what we have to do is basically the formula we have to apply significant figures question dm plus 2 times of mk. We have to round off each of them to correct to one significant figure. Rounding off to one significant figure, work out an estimate for the value of b. So let's first get, majority of the marks will be for estimating. So if you have d, as everyone can see, sir, d is 3.14. One significant figures means that d will be 3. Understanding, students? Similarly, m value is 7.92. One significant figures means rounding off to 8. Everyone got this right. And k value is set 10.16. One significant figures means that k value will become 10. There's easy significant. Nobody should lose the marks. B is equals to d is 3, m is 8, 2 times of m is 8, and k is basically 10. So this is going to be b is equals to 3 8s are 24, 2 8 10s are 80, 82s is 160. So 160 plus 24 is 184. According to me, that should be the answer, and we have got this. It will be, sir, 184. Okay, so we have got the b value as, sir, 184 as the answer for this one. So we have got 184 as the answer for this one. Hope everyone got this and is cleared. Okay. Then we have another part as well, where 2 marks that we have to rearrange the formula to make m the subject. So rearranging also comes in, that if we have to rearrange the formula, that is going to be rearranging the formula to make m the subject is b is equals to dm plus 2 times of mk. So that is going to be, we have to take m common, I think so. So m common, d plus 2k will be left inside. And here we go. This will be the one step marks for this one. And then b is equals to D plus 2K is equals to M. So that is the answer. We have got B divided by D plus 2K. Okay, we have got B divided by D plus 2K, and that is basically the answer. So we have got this. B is equals to B divided by D plus 2K. That is what we have got for the value of the M students. So there's M value coming in, B divided by D plus 2K. That will be the subject. Okay, we have got M, the subject, sir, which is B divided by D plus 2K. So this was worth 10 marks of the paper. So 10% of the paper was solved in one page only. That is question number 8, 9, 10. Hope everyone got this and understood and is clear, people, right? Everyone got this? Any questions, students? Everyone clear with question number 10? Moving on to question number 11, which was a high level question on high level question on the similarity topic, which we have got, sir, the similarity topic, which we have got. So let's try to, I would give everyone a couple of minutes to read this, and then we also try to solve this one question as well, okay? So what we have got is basically for question number 11 is basically we have got in the diagram, the S lies on PQ and T lies on PR, and this they have already mentioned that ST is parallel to QR. Make sure you can't repeat the points, okay? You have to give a geometrical reasoning to get to solve this answer, okay? You have to give a geometrical reasoning to solve this answer, okay? Because these are parallel. Explain why triangle PQR is basically mathematically similar to triangle PST. Give a reason for each statement you are making. So we can say, as I mentioned, this is part of geometry and similarity. When we have parallel lines, as I mentioned, these two angles will be PQR angle. So this PQR angle, it will be equals to the PST angle. Okay, these two angles will be same. Why? Because of the corresponding angles. Okay, so this will be, we can mention that to the examiner, that angle PQR. So I'll have to mention angle PQR is equals to angle PST, which is basically angle PQR will be equals to angle PST because of the reason we have to give corresponding angles. As we can see, it is basically it is all about the similar lines are there. Then the next one I can give is PRQ. This one definitely also is will be similar because of parallel lines. PRQ, and this one will be also, that's our both, this one also similar. So we can tell the examiner this will be PTS is equals to the angle PRQ. So that is going to be also, sir, corresponding angles. Need to give the reason as well. So that is what we have got. And then this will be enough to make it that hence triangle PQR will be similar to triangle PST. We can two correct pairs with correct reasoning. So 2 marks will there. And then you can say that P is the common angle between them. You can just give one more thing, that P is the common angle between QPR and SPR. Okay, so TPS, so P is the common angle. We can say P is the common angle. You can mention that in both of them, P will be the common angle. So hence we can say that it will be angle using the angle ratio, angle. All three angles, uh, S and Q are corresponding angles. All the angles are similar. So we can say that it will be the similarity will match. Okay, hence triangle PQR is similar to triangle PST, which is basically using angle criteria. I've tried to prove it. This is what we have got, students. All three angles, I tried to match it, get them equal, and I'll get all 3 marks as well. It's a very important thing. I would highly recommend students should revise this. A lot of students get this wrong. A lot of students lose marks. They don't know what to write. Try to practice these questions on how to make the similar triangles prove, okay? Then you have to work out the PQ. So PQ stands for, this is the similar ratio thing. So you can say that the triangle PQR, so I'll just write down, so it will be PQ divided by PS, and QR will be divided by ST, and then we have PR to be divided by PT. Okay, so it will be PQ we have to find, sir, and PS is basically 5, and just need one more. QR is 9, and ST is 3, so that will work out. PQ will be 5 times of 9 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3 threes are 9. Just basic maths you have to do. 5 threes will be 15 coming in. So PQ value comes in 15 centimeter by using the ratio approach. Okay. So that is what we have got, that the PQ will be coming in, sir, 15. From the ratio approach, we have got, sir, that the PQ value will be coming in 15, okay, which is worth 2 marks as well. We have got this. Hope everyone got this and understood this. All this, this is worth similar triangles is worth chapter or around 7 marks question they are asking. Then another important one is the area of the triangle. Now they want you to do the area formula application. Everyone should know what's the area formula. Area of 1 divided by area of 2 is the length of 1 divided by length of 2 to the power of whole square. Make sure remember this formula. So they are saying that the area of triangle PST is 2K divided by, so area of the smaller triangle PST, area of the smaller triangle is 2K, and I have to get first the area of the larger triangle. So I'll have to first get the area of the larger triangle, which is PQR, and I'll have to use the measurements as well. I have got this measurement 9/3 available, but 9 is for the higher one. So 9, I'll keep it down, students. 9 is for the bigger triangle. No? 9 is basically PR. So PR is 9 and PT is how much? 3. 1 is to 3 is the ratio. So PT is basically 1, PT is 3, PT measurement is ST, sorry. ST and QR. So I've got ST and QR measurement. So ST measurement will be 3 and QR measurement will be 9 and square this. So I have to first get the area of the triangle PQR. Remember, always follow the requirement first. Find in terms of K. So we have to give the answer in terms of K, students. The area of the quadrilateral. They don't want the area of the bigger triangle. What I'm finding first out, because there is no other option. There's a common question that comes again and again. I am finding out the area of the bigger triangle. I'm finding out the area of the bigger triangle, and because the area of the smaller triangle is available in terms of K, so I'll try to find that. We said 3 ones are 3 threes are 9. So this will be, sir, 1 and 3. So that will be 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9. So it will be 18K. Area of the triangle PQR is 18K. And then if the whole area of, if the bigger triangle is 18K, and the smaller triangle is 2K. So you can say that the area of this quadrilateral will be how much, students? I'll just highlight as well. This one they want me to find out, okay? So what I'm trying to convey the message here is basically the whole triangle is 18K and the smaller triangle is 2K. So what we can just simply do is subtract them together and that will work. Okay, it will be, sir, area of the quadrilateral, which is QRTS. It will be, sir, 18K minus 2K. That will be, sir, 16K. Okay, so the answer should be 16K. It should have been more marks, but not a problem. No marks for the formula. Just make sure, remember the formula. Remember to put the correct sides, okay? You have to put the sides correctly as well. And this also makes sure that we have solved the remaining part. 16K will be the answer coming, and that is basically question number 11 done as well, which comes with the 16K. Hope everyone got this and understood that we have got area of the quadrilateral as 16K. The next we move on to question number 12, which is a complete question on sets and Venn diagram. The examiner is testing the sets and Venn diagram in complete detail. They are testing it. A huge question on sets and Venn diagram as well, I can see. So they are asking probability as well, I think. And we have got three almost 6 marks questions coming in on sets and Venn diagram and the probability. So here we go. We have to complete the Venn diagram first. What it says, a fitness club, it's the basic one, only 2 circles, one coming. A fitness club will have 100 members. So 60 can swim, 70 cycles, okay, and 25 do not do anything, swim or cycle. So 25 of the members do not do anything. So we can write down 25 will come outside, sir. 25 of the members do not do swim or cycle. So this is 60 is swim and this 70 is cycle. I have to get the common between them. That is going to be, sir, 60 minus x for the swim and 70 minus x. So I have to first complete the table. And this will be the case that I have to solve 60 minus x plus 70 minus x plus 25 is equals to 100. You have to solve it without the help of calculator, students. This will be, sir, minus x plus x will cancel and it will be 60 plus 70 is 130 and 130 plus 25 is 155 minus x is equals to 100. So 155 minus 100 will be the x value, that will be 55. Okay, so we will get x value as 55. The common value of x is 55. Okay, so we have got x value as 55. So now I can change it. Make sure the examiner will give you marks on the Venn diagram completion. There are no marks for writing down in 60 minus x. You will lose the marks if you write down in the form of 60 minus x thing. You will basically lose the mark if it's 60 minus x way or something. So 60 minus 55 is 5, and 70 minus 55 is 15, right? So 5, 55, 15, and 25. This will help you get all the marks, students. Okay, so this will help us get all the marks. 5 working will not have much marks. It will be all about the values that you are putting. Hope everyone got this. Please have a look at it and try to find the probabilities as well. I'll give you 1 minute, everyone. Couple of minutes, 2, 3 minutes to everyone to think about it. How are you going to get the values of the probability? Read the question and try to solve it. The sets diagram is available. If you get the first part correct, you should be getting the probability correct as well. Okay. So what do we have is basically one member of the fitness club is to be chosen at random. So we are basically choosing one member of the fitness club is chosen at random. And the member that we are choosing, we have to find the probability of the C for it. Okay. So probability of the C, which is cycle. So how many we can have for cycle? It will be 55. So this will be cycle is 70 people are available for the cycle. 55 plus 15 is 70. So it will be original one. 70 over 100. You can write down 70 over 100, or you can just write down in the form of decimal as well. Not a problem, but I would recommend just go with this approach, 70 over 100. Then the next one is basically find the probability of S intersection of C. Intersection is 55. That will be, sir, 55 over 100. Okay, that should be, sir, 55 over 100. That is how simple and basic questions have been tested on this probability. 55 over 100 will be S intersection C. And then we have got S union C naught. So we have to be careful. C, this is whole C. This thing is whole C. We have to get C naught. So C naught is 5 and 25, and we have to do the union of them with the S. So that will be, we have to do the union of them with the S. So what we have in the S is basically, the S is this thing, right? The S is basically this thing, 5 and 20, the S is this thing, now 5 and 55. This will be, so it will be S. So we can just tell the examiner, if I have to do this, C naught is basically 5 and 25. Okay, so C naught is basically 5 and 25, and you can say S is basically 5 and 55. So you can just do what? If you have to combine them, it will be 5 plus 25 plus 55. So that should be 85 students. It will be 80 out of 85 people. You can choose any of them. It will be 85 over 100. That will be the answer, because this is union of it. Understanding, students? So we have to make sure that all of them are combined together. So it will be 85 over 100 with 25, 55, and 5, 60, and 80. This will be question number 12 out of the 24 questions are done. We have achieved another 6 marks of this one. Then question number 13 comes again on the numbers chapter, that you have to write down M is given. You have to write down 14M as a product of its prime factors. Okay. So we have already have 14M, and we have to write down as the product of its prime factors. So that is basically going to be that you have just have to multiply 14 with the M. So we can say 40, we have to convert 14 into the prime factors, which will be 2 times of 7, 2 power 7, 3 power cube into 5 power square. So what we can do is basically combine them. We can say everything remains the same. It's just that this one will be 2 power 1 and 2 power 7 can add up, right? So 2 power 1 and 2 power 7 can add up, students. The answer will become, sir, 2 power 8 into 3 square, 3 cube into 5 square, multiply by 1, 7 will also be there. This should be the answer, 2 power 8, 3 power cube, 5 square, and 5 multiply by 7. all of the remaining must be copy pasted, and that will be the case here. Then we have got r as an integer. We have got r as an integer, and it will be m divided by r is a cube number. So we have got r is an integer and m divided by r is a cube number, students. We have to find the smallest. These type of questions are coming again and again. Be careful how do you solve this. So we have to find the smallest possible value. This one is tricky one. Okay, find the smallest possible value of the r. So I'll just write it down for you that what we have got as m. M is basically 2 power 7 into 3 power cube into 5 power square. We have to divide it by a very smallest possible number, students. Okay, we have to divide by a very smallest possible number so that we can get a cube number answer. Okay, so students need to understand the main point or the main tip here is what can be the cube number. So cube number is always in the power of multiple, in the power multiples of 3. You can have a power 3, a power 6, a power 9. These are multiple, these are cube numbers. Understanding these are cube numbers because it should be a multiple of 3. So what you we have to see which one can be made a multiple of 3. So this one will be, as you can see, this is 2 power 7, right? This is 2 power 7. So what I do is basically, if I divide 2 power 7 by, I have to make 2 power 7 is an odd number, and 7 is not a multiple of 3, right? So 7, I'll have to make it to the nearest, I'll have to make the 7 power to the nearest cube number or the cube multiple of 3. Okay, I have to get it to the multiple of 3 or to the nearest cube number. So that can be, I'll have to divide it by 1. So I'll make it 6, okay? As you know that the indices rule, 2 power 7, if it will be divided by 2 power 1, we will get the answer as, so 2 power 6. Please have a look. It will be 2 power 6, right? Understanding, students? So 2 power 7 divided by 2 power 1 means it will be 2 power 6. It's a cube number. Then 3 power cube is already in the form of a cube number. 3 power cube is already cube. So we don't do anything, okay? We don't do it anything with that. 3 power cube will not change. Okay, 3 power cube will remain the same, students. We don't uh, 3 power cube will never change it. Okay, and r will remain, so that will be 3 power because it's already a cube number. What about 5 square? So we have, because we need the smallest number, a lot of students can say, sir, that why not you multiply with 5 power of 1 so you can get to the nearest 5 power cube. The problem is we have to get the smallest possible number, right? So it will be, we have to go to the backward side. So it will be 5 power 2 is there. So what's the multiple of 3? 0 is also, as everyone can see, 3 power 0 is 1. So it will be that we can, like, it can be also a multiple of 3, that thing as well. So we have to go 5 power square, and then we have to make the power 2 0. So that's the only possibility is when we cancel it out, or we got 2 minus 2 as 0. So this will be the r value. This is represented by the r, students, that we are converting the 5 square to 0, which will make it that it will still remain a cube number. See, if I cancel with these two, and this one will become 2 power 6, and this is copy pasted as it is. You can see it's coming the smallest cube. It's coming the cube number. It's definitely coming 2 power 6. You can multiply later on with the 2 power 6 and 3 powers cube. 2 power 6 and 3 power will be 100% a multiple of it will be a cube number. It's a guaranteed to be a cube number. So it will be 2 times of 25. 5 square is 25. So our value is going to come as 50, students. Okay. So this one is a bit tricky question, but anyone have a doubt or question, please, they can ask in the comment section as well if they have a doubt. This will be, our value will be 50 coming in for word 2 marks because this is an important question. Okay. So we have got 2 power 1 is 2 and 5 square will be 25. That will be 25 times of 2 will be 50. That is question number 13 done. Please revise this paper, which particularly question number 13. I'll mark some I'll mark some of the questions that I believe are very important to be revised towards the end of the exam. This is 13 is important. Then we have got 11 is important. So 11 is about how to change the quadrilateral thing. And then I don't think anything else will be that much. All of them are like prerequisite. Maybe 7, how this was inequality coming again and again, how to make to the inequality thing. So this is coming again and again. So high chances of coming again in the 2026 exam as well, students. So what we have is basically now 3 power square find indices coming in to make sure get this correct. 3 power square divided by So that is going to be, sir, simple. Dividing means minus sign. So minus minus will be 3 power of 4, which will be 3 threes are 9, 9 threes are 27. And everyone knows 27 threes are will be, sir, 81. This was worth 2 marks. Make sure show as much working as possible, students. Don't write down the answer directly. Even if sometimes the answer is correct, the working marks is lost. Okay. So we have got 16 over to the power of minus 3 over 2. So I believe 16 can be converted into 4 square is 16. So I'll do 4 power 2 minus 3 over 2. 2 and 2 cancels out, students. 2 and 2 cancels out. I am left with 4 power of negative cube, and then it will be, sir, 1 over to the positive 4 power cube. That will be 1 over 4 fours are 16, 16 fours are 64. The answer will be positive 1 over 64 should be the answer coming. Does everyone got this clear, students following? So we have got 1 over positive 64. That will be the answer. 1 mark is for the answers, and 1 more mark is for the working, what the way you are showing that. Okay. So show as much working as possible. And if you have time left in the exam, do more workings as well. 4 power cube is 64. Okay. Because calculator is not there, so just try to do it as double check your workings as well for the paper. This is question number 14 done as well. What we have done is question number 14 as well, students, from this 0580 October, November 25 paper. Then we have got 15 is on factorization. Algebra comes in again, which is basically how do you factorize x square minus 64? So that will be, sir, a square minus the b square. So that will be a plus b and a minus b. Okay, so it will be a plus b and a minus b. You should know how to factorize x plus 8, and we have got x minus 8 as well. X square minus 64 is a square minus b square identity that we have to apply here. That students should need to understand. It will be a plus b and a minus b. Then the next one we have got is basically 5x times of x minus 2y plus 6 times of x minus. This one is coming again and again. A lot of students are making a mistake in this one. You have to pick the odd one out. So the common thing, you have to pick the common from this. The common from this is x minus 2y, because one side is 1 power, x minus 2y with 1 power, and the other side we have x minus 2y with the whole square. So what will happen? I'll take the x minus 2y with 1 power common, and then it will be what is left inside the bracket will be 5 times of x times 5 times of x plus 6 times of one of the brackets is left, because one bracket is taken common. Okay, students, that is very important. That is why the marks will be there. So one bracket is taken common, x minus, the other bracket is still there, which will be multiplied with 6. And we have got 5x there as well to simplify. So it will be, sir, we just do it again, that it should be, sir, 5x plus 6x minus 12y. That will be the case. And once we got this, it should be 11x minus 12y times of x minus 2y. That will be the case here. So this should be the answer. X minus 2y times of 11x minus the 12y. Okay. May identity. Which identity, like you want, but you want K. So your question is, your method is that you will open the whole thing, right? You're saying that you will open the whole thing, like a square, a minus b square, so a square. You're saying that this one, like a minus b square, so a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? You're saying this thing. No, so the problem is that if you open this, you will stuck at a problem. Like it will be a greater problem for you. If you open it, you will not be able to, because the word says 15 says it's to be factorized. Factorize always means to find out the common. Okay? Factorize is all about finding out the common. Factorize is all about we have to find the common. So that is what we have. Okay, we'll have to get the common to get this answer. Okay. So common in padega, that method will be might be the answer, but it will be a huge working to done, and it will be a complicated one, and then it's only 2 marks, so better not to lose time on that. Okay, understanding, got this clear? Following, got the point? Clear on that? Okay. Then the next question we have is basically students question number 16, which says that we have to work out the value of n. Okay, we have to work out the value of the n, and we have a polygons question. Okay, 15-sided polygon. AB and BD are 15-sided, a regular 15-sided polygon. And there is an n-sided polygon as well, sir. We have got an n-sided polygon, which is AB and BC. So what is going to happen? We first find out this angle, students, AB and BD1 interior angle. Let's try to get this because the number of sides are available. The formula is everyone should know what is the formula for each interior angle. The each interior angle is basically, so we have got n minus 2 into 180 divided by the n, okay? N minus 2 into 180 divided by n, so it will be 15 minus 2 is 12, 13 into 180. 15 minus 2 is 13, and 13 into 180 divided by 15. That will be the case here, okay? 13 into 180 divided by 50, sorry, calculator is not allowed, apologies. So this will be, number of sides are 15. So I will just pick my calc. 15 minus 2 is 13, and 13 times of 180 divided by 15, that is what we have to solve. So that will be 13 into 180 divided by 15. So I think we'll just have to go with the 15 times of 180 को cancel करते हैं. 15 fours is 60, 15 six is 90. So yeah, 15 six is 90, 15 12 will be 180. Simple. 15 ones and 15 12 will be, sir, 180. I'm pretty sure. Uh, 15, yeah, 15 12 and 13 12 we can multiply for the examiner and then check. 2 threes are 6 and 2 ones are 2, and then cross multiply. 3 ones are 3, 1 ones are 1. So 156. So I've got the angle which is 156 as the interior angle. Does everyone agrees on the same page? We have got 156 degrees as this one, sir. Then we can just do the subtraction and get this angle. Sum of the angles at a place are 360. So you can say that 360 minus 1, it should be, sir, 360 minus 156 minus 14. That will be 156, 166, and 170. So 170, 270, 370 will be 190 degrees. So that is going to be 190 degrees, the interior angle. Another interior angle is 190 degrees, and now we can find the value of the n number of sides by saying that will be 190 is equals to n minus 2 into 180 divided by the n. So this is worth 4 marks. It's a, I think, highest number of question that is coming up now. So it will be 190 is equals to 180 n minus 360 divided by the n. I think the working got a bit uh, wavered, so better we just do it next time. Make sure to do it in the, or let's do it from here again. Okay. Let's do it below parts. That will be 190 n minus 180 n is equals to negative 190 n and minus 180 n and minus 360. So we got that as, why do n minus 2 into 180, 180 n and minus 360. So it's 190 n minus, we have got interior angle as 190. That should be correct as well. 156 and 14 is basically 170. So 270 is 100 and 370 would have been 200, but it should be 190. Interior angle DBC is 14. So if I've got this correct, this should be 10. But then this is left as minus 360 only. We got 10 n minus 2 times of 180 into n. 10 n minus 360 I've got. 360 divided by 10 is coming correct, which is 36 number of sides. The answer is correct. It is definitely 36 number of sides for that one. But why is the minus not being solved out? N minus 2 times of 180, 180 n minus 360 and 190 divided by n. So 190 n minus 180, it matches. Okay. The answer is correct, which is 36. Okay, we have some chat. Let's. Any questions, anyone? Please let me know any doubts. You can put it in the comment section as well. This is correct. 36 is the answer, correct, and we are getting it correct as well. The only thing that is basically is, okay, we are getting a minus 360 and number of sides cannot be negative. So I think that will be that we are ignoring the negative sign. Okay, that must be most probably that we are ignoring since it's a regular side. So we need to understand that it should be this way approach, right? It should be this way approach. Okay, what we have got is basically students need to understand. Okay, it should be okay, we need to understand. Okay, it's an interior angle, regular one. Regular thing is there. So with the formula can be applied n minus 2 into 180 divided by n. So we're just trying to apply that and trying to get the values on that. And that's why the minus have to be ignored because n will always be number of sides will always be positive. So 36 will be the answer for that one. Okay, so we have got 1 mark for this one, which is basically 36. 1 mark for getting 150, 1 mark for getting 156, 1 mark for getting 190 degrees, and this will also help us to get the values as well. Whatever the working we are showing to the examiner, that will help us get the remaining of the marks. Hope everyone got it. Question number 16 about how are we going to solve question number 16 approach. I know everyone understands as well. Okay. Is basically question number 17 tells us that we have on the coordinate geometry a full-fledged question, students, which says that B is the point. We have got B is the point. We have got B coordinates and D coordinates. Okay, so we have got the coordinates of B and we have got the coordinates of D as well. Okay, so B and D coordinates are available and the ratio of the length of the diagonals are also available. We are basically it's a kite, so we can call it that if you want to do an imagination perspective for this one, that will be basically called that we have got a kite A, B, C, D, and then we have got diagonals for them. So we can say that we have got B here, we have got B here, D here, A here, and C here. So we have to find out the measurement of BD, and then we have to get the length of AC in the form of the third. Okay, so this is worth 5 marks, and I think this is the highest number of question, the first question which have come for the highest number of marks for one part. As you can see, the whole question is worth 11 marks. So that's one of the highest times, one of the highest question on a whole one topic, the whole all three parts A, B, and C, all of the three parts students are on coordinate geometry, and this is like very important question as it is a recent one. So similar type of question can be expected in the May-June 2026 exam as well. So let's quickly find first we have got the coordinates available, sir. So we can just quickly get the length of the BD. The length of BD is going to be uh, x2 minus x1 and x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and then you have got the square root of it. This question also teaches us the importance of the surds, that how are you going to solve the square root without the without the calculator help. So it will be, we can say that minus 5 and plus 3 will become 2, minus 2 minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2 square is 4, and 9 minus 1 is 8, 8 square is 64. So I've got square root of 68. Okay, so I have basically got the value as square root of 68. First thing is basically I've got square root of 68. And now I'll have to apply a ratio as well, because this is that BD is worth 2 ratio, which is equals to square root of 68. So if I have to get AC, sir, AC is worth ratio 3. So it will be cross multiply 3 multiply by square root of 68 divided by 2. That will be the case. That is the measurement. Okay, so if anyone leaves it here, this is the answer, 3 square root of 68. We have to apply the distance formula. Lot of things, lot of concepts involved in this question. That's why it's one of the higher. That's why I stopped here, because it's one of the difficult questions that we have. Question number 17. What is happening here? We have to apply the distance formula, that is coordinate geometry chapter. Then you have to apply ratio as well. And the third thing is from coming from the numbers section, that we have to simplify the third as well. So if someone leaves it here, if someone in the exam leaves the answer here, what will happen is basically, if someone is leaving the answer here, it means that they're not getting the complete 5 marks. Okay, how does the marking scheme split? Will be 1 mark for getting the answer square root 68. 1 mark must be for applying the distance formula. The examiner will be having a look whether the student knows how to apply the formula or not. The distance formula does the, so that is 2 marks. The third mark is for getting this, for getting the applying the ratio. You have to apply the ratio and get the AC measurement. And the fourth mark and the fourth mark will be to simplify. So you should know, you should do the working that, sir, how can we simplify 68, the thirds form? So that will be, sir, 68 is equals to 2 times of, without calculator, 2 times of 34 is 68, 2 times of 17 is 34. And then you have got 17 is also a prime number. You can only use the prime numbers. So that will be, sir, we can say 3 multiplied by square root of 68 can be 2 into 2 into 17. I'm just simplifying it. Please, if anyone have a question or doubt, put it in the comment section. So we got 3 times of the square root of 68. I'll just do the highlighter as well, students. The square root of 68 is basically converted into 2 into 2 into 17. And that will be basically divided by 2 again. So everyone knows 2 into 2 will be 4. So square root of 4 will be 2, students. So it is going to be 3 times of square root of 4 times of square root of 17, and that will be divided by 2. So we can say that it should be 3 times of square root of 4 will be 2 and 2 will cancel out. The final answer will be, sir, 3 square root of 17. Okay, 2 and 2 cancel out. The final answer is 3 square root of 17. So that is the fourth and the fifth mark. The fifth mark will be for the final answer. Have you got the final answer correct? That will be the final answer, that 1 mark for this one. And the fourth mark would have been for making the square root of 68 is, the square root of 68 is 2 times of 2 times of 17. That is 4, square root of 4 is 2. So 2 and 2 cancel out, sir. The 2 and 2 will cancel out. So the answer will be 3 square root 17, which matches with the marking scheme as well. Hope everyone got this and understood, students. Please have a look and let me know if everyone got this on the same page. Is everyone clear? Okay. So we have got the 5 marks, then very simple, easy. If you are struggling with part A, make sure don't lose out marks on part B. Part B is very simple, just have to get the midpoint. Midpoint is all about -3 plus, just add all the x values divided by 2, add the y value and divided by 2. 2 easy marks. Midpoint formula should be there. It will be, sir, -3 minus 5 is -8 divided by 2, and 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 divided by 2. So the answer should be, sir, -4, comma 5. 1 mark for the x coordinate and 1 mark for the y coordinate, -4, comma 5. This also matches with the marking scheme. Okay, so we have got -4, comma 5 and 3 square root 17. So this will be 1 mark for each of the coordinate, students, that we have got. 1 mark for -4 and 1 mark for 5. That is 17 part B done. A was distance formula to be applied, ratio to be applied to get the search thing, because they're saying the length of the diagonal is basically BD to AC is 2:3 ratio. So we applied that as well, and then we have to simplify in the search form. And the last one is basically again worth 4 marks. Have to always get the equation of the line AC. So how can you get the equation of the line AC? So what we need to understand, the diagonals are intersecting. The diagonal AC is passing through the midpoint of BD. Since they are passing through the midpoint of BD, it will be perpendicular. You should know the kite property, students. That's why I made a rough diagram here. The rough diagram will tell you, just an imagine, with the diagonals they are meeting at the midpoint. Okay, just a little bit diagram is not 100% accurate, but hope this will clear. The kite property is that this is the midpoint that we have got already. We just have to get the gradient, do it perpendicular, and we will be easily able to get that. Okay, so it will be easily able to get that. Okay, so what will happen is basically we have got an equation of the AC line. Okay, so find an equation of the AC line giving our answer. So we have to just get the gradient of BD first. The gradient of the line BD will be y2 minus y1. So 9 minus 1 divided by x2 minus x1. That is going to come out, sir. 9 minus 1 is 8. Minus 5 plus 3 is -2. So -4 is the gradient of the BD line, student. 1 mark for that. -4 is the gradient of the BD line. Once we got the gradient of the BD line as -4, we have to get the gradient of the AC line, that will be perpendicular, sir. 1 upon +4. Sign changes, minus will become positive, and 4 will become, the denominator becomes numerator, numerator becomes, that's the second mark. And then you already have got the midpoint, sir. The midpoint is -4, comma 5. So here we go. I'll make the equation, sir. Y is equals to mx plus c. So y value is 5, m value is 1/4, x value is -4 plus c. So that is what we have got. Let's have a look at the, so it's like perpendicular, yes, exactly. It's the perpendicular line, which is, the question is phrased differently. and it's a perpendicular line. Yes, exactly. It's a perpendicular line. Whenever we have a kite, the midpoint will meet. It's the perpendicular 90 degree will be forming everywhere. That's the kite property. Okay. So it's the question is phrased in that way. Okay. So that will be 5 is equals to, that's why I said this one is a hard level question with or from part A and part C perspective. A lot of students might make the mistake. So C value is coming out as 6. The y-intercept will come out as 6, sir. And then once we have got the C value, which is the equation will be y is equals to 1 over, the equation will be coming y is equals to 1 over 4x plus 6, and that will be 1 over 4 times of x plus 6. Okay, so that is the case, and that is how we will be getting all 4 marks, and question number 17 will be done, which is basically 1 over 4x plus 6. How do we get all 4 marks, students? 1 mark is for the equation, 1 mark is for making an equation. This question requires 1 mark is for the gradient of AC line, 1 mark is for the gradient of BD line, 1 mark is for getting the C value, and that is how you will get the 4 marks. 4 tick marks means that's how are you going to get the 4 marks. Okay, you can have a screenshot, take a screenshot quick, otherwise I'll send this so you can just revise it. This one is also a very important question, as I have marked couple of other questions as well. This one is important, and I have marked couple of other important questions of similarity for this paper. So whatever is very important, which is not so common, which type of question can come, I'm making sure that I will write down as important. Then, as I said, the examiner will 100% ask surds and rationalizing. So they are asking it for everyone. We have to rationalize for 3 marks. Always remember the concept. We have to first rationalize the denominator. We have to rationalize the denominator. So it will be, and then simplify as well. So it will be whatever the denominator is, sir, we'll multiply with the opposite sign. That's what we have to do without the help of calculator. That is what we have to do. Okay. Just give me a minute. So what we have got is basically we'll have to rationalize, sir, and it is going to be basically 20 times of 4 will be 80 without that, and then it will be 20 times of square root 6. First have to multiply, simplify, and then it will be divided by 4 square will be a square minus b square. So 4 square minus a square minus the b square, that will be a value is basically 4. The denominator is always a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So it will be a square, which will be 4 square, and b will be square root of 6. That will be, we'll have to solve this. So eventually the answer will be coming 80 minus 20 square root of 6. 80 minus 20 square root of 6 divided by 16 minus 6 square root and square root and square cancel out. 4 square is 16. 16 minus 6. So the final value will come 80 minus 20 square root of 6 divided by 10. If you leave the answer in this form, you will still lose some marks. Okay, if you leave the answer in this form, because this means that you have rationalized the denominator. Read the question requirement. Question number 18 of this October-November 25 paper says rationalizing the denominator is correct, but you haven't simplified. So you have to simplify, take out the common and cancel out. So what we can do is basically take out, as I think we can just take out 20 common first, or just do it separate division. Okay, I believe. So 80 divided by 10 minus 20 divided by 10 square root of 6. So it will be, sir, 8 minus 2 square root of 6. Okay, 10 ones are 10 twos are 20, and 10 ones are 10 eights are, either you can, if you leave the answer in this form, still you get the correct marks, or you can also take out further 2 common, sir. 4 minus square root of 6. Both of the answers will be acceptable, and you will get the all 3 marks. Okay, so 1 mark is for the final answer, 2 times of 4 minus square root 6. Hope everyone got this. 1 mark is for basically getting the final answer, and the 2 marks are for rationalizing. 1 mark for rationalizing and 1 mark for simplifying it properly. That's how it will be all 3 marks, students. Okay. Hope everyone got it, that how are we going to rationalize the denominator? Rationalizing the denominator is a separate thing, and simplifying is also required. That is another 3 marks question solved to get the rationalizing. Then this one is coming again and again. Question number 19 is also very important, which is this type of question is coming. that you have to do Pythagoras theorem. For the 3D shape will be coming for everyone. This is for everyone. The 3D shape will be coming, and you will have to see that the pencil is not fitting or the rod is not fitting, or have to do Pythagoras theorem. So this is worth another question number for 3 marks, which says that we have what we have is basically the diagram shows a box in the shape of cuboid. As everyone can see, we have got a mensuration question shape in a cuboid. The person Mala has a straight rod of length 10 centimeters. So we have got a rod of length 10 centimeter. We have to show that the rod will not fit completely inside the box. We have to show that the rod is not going to fit in completely inside the box. So if you look at it, first, the common thing is if you try to put the rod in a straight way, if you try to put the rod in a straight way, like in a straight form, it's not possible because the height is only 7 centimeters. Everyone getting it? Is everyone getting the common sense? That what we have is basically the common sense that if you try to fit in the rod, because the imagination says that rod can be put in any way possible. हम rod को किसी भी form में put कर सकते हैं. We just have to try to, just like we try to compress sometimes in a car, right? We try to fit in sometimes in a car when there are more people or more people traveling together. We try to fit in one car, right? So similarly, we have to try to make the rod fit in inside the cuboid. So if I try to put it in a straight form, if I try to put it in a straight form, it's not possible because the height is 7 centimeter. Is everyone getting it? The height is 7 centimeter. So the only option that remains is basically trying to put in the rod in a vertical, in that, what do we call it, in a hypotenuse form. We have to try to put in the rod, that this is the rod, sir, and we try to put in the form of a Pythagoras thing. So are we going to get it? The first thing will be we'll have to get the base. We have to find this blue measurement, okay? Okay, how much is the this measurement, the vertical, not the vertical, how much is the slant measurement? So in order to get the slant measurement, I first need, follow the color students, I first need this measurement, the green color one, okay? I first need the base measurement. So I will need first the base measurement so that we can check. So 1 mark is for getting the base measurement. How are you going to get the base measurement? It will be, sir, Pythagoras theorem, 5 square plus 5 square is equals to, let's call it b. So the b square, okay? So that will be 25 plus 25, 50. This is without calculator, okay? So it will be b square is going to be 50, okay? So I've got b square is equals to 50, students. Hope everyone got this. I've got b square is equals to 50. And now I will apply the other Pythagoras. 2 times I have to apply. Now I can take this measurement. That is, sir, 7 centimeter. This is the height, 7 centimeter with the green color, as b square is 50. And I can get the blue color one. Let's call it the rod. Okay. So, or we can say r square. Okay. So we can say rod square. R stands for rod, students. So a rod is equals to r square. So that will be, sir, b square plus the 7 square. So I have already have b square is 50 and 7 square is 49. That will be 99. Okay. So if you do, everyone understands. R square will be coming 99. Any questions, please put it in the comment section. Okay. So we got r square as 99. And what will happen is basically if you do the square root of it, everyone can I do directly by finding the length of the diagonal. How will you find that? How you will do it directly by, this is the only option. You cannot find the diagonal length directly because you will have to get that measurement, the base measurement first. You have to make a Pythagoras, you have to make a right angle triangle. Now, if you cannot, this is one right angle triangle. See, this is one right angle triangle, this one. And then this is the other right angle triangle. So we have to make 2 times, we have to apply it. If you are getting the same answer with any other approach, do let me know. So what we can clearly see is basically that we know that, sir, 10 square is 100. So this value is basically something 9 point something. Okay, it will be something 9.99 something because 10 square is 100. So which means that 9.99 is less than 10 centimeter. So the rod cannot fit in. The rod is what, 10 centimeter. Rod की जो value है, students, the rod value is 10 centimeter. But the measurement of this Pythagoras, or the word, or the or we call it the slant height. The slant height measurement, the slant measurement we got, basically that is going to be that will be less than 10. Okay, that is basically less than 10. Okay, that method is wrong. Okay, whatever the method you are applying, that will be wrong. This is proof method, that square root of 99 will be less than 10 centimeter. So it's a guarantee that the rod will not fit in. You can just put a statement as well that the rod will not fit completely because it's slightly smaller, okay? जो space available है वो 9 point something है और rod की measurement 10 है तो rod will not fit completely. That's how you have to prove it by doing Pythagoras theorem, okay? If someone is not applying Pythagoras theorem, they will lose the mark, okay? If someone is not applying the Pythagoras theorem, it will they will lose marks because this question have to be done with Pythagoras theorem, students, okay? So hope everyone got the point here, okay? So the next thing we have got is basically question number 19. Then question number 20 is a whole full-fledged question on functions, okay, worth almost 6 marks, okay? We have got a 6 marks functions question, okay, students? So let's have a look at the chart again. If any question is there, so that 3 square root 11 is not the correct value, na? 3 square root 11 will not be the correct square root of 99. That's same thing as well. It's the same thing as well. But if you have to show Pythagoras theorem as well, okay? So question number 20 is on functions. We have got fx is, you can use that. You can use the 3D shape diagonal formula directly. I think that will work, okay? Not a problem. You can use the method, okay? If you are getting your value is correct, 3 square root, yeah. If you are getting square root 99, and I just checked 3 square root 11 is also the same thing, okay? So 3 square root of 11, right? That's also the same thing. So this will be acceptable as well. 3 square root 11 is less than 10. If you are showing enough working for that, that's also acceptable, okay? We have got fx function is 21 over 2x minus 1 and gx function is 3x plus 4. The first one is simple. We have to find out g2. So the g2 will be that we have to put 3 2s are 6 and 6 plus 4 will be 10. Okay, so just have to get 1 mark here directly. Easy to score marks. That will be 10. The answer will be 10. Okay, so that will be the value for that 10. Then we have to do a composite function, which is basically gf minus 1. So we have got a composite function which is gf minus 1. That will be first thing we'll have to put f minus 1. We'll put minus 1 value in the f function, students. We'll have to put minus 1 value in the f function first. We have to get the answer for that. And after that, we'll put it in the g function. Okay, first we'll have to put it in the f function and then we'll put it later in the g function. So f function will be that it will be 21 over 2 times of minus 1 minus 1. That will be 21 minus 3 and that will be negative 7 coming. Once we have got the negative 7 value, we'll put the negative 7 in the g function. So that will be 3 times of minus 7 is 21. Negative 21 plus 4 will be negative 17 as this value. Okay, so 1 mark is for getting negative 7 and 1 mark is for getting the negative 17. Okay, that is why it's worth 2 marks. 1 mark is for negative 17 and 1 mark is for negative 7. So that is how the marks will be there for this question, students, which is basically that we have got, sir. In the g function we put 2. That is basic. The first part. This is basically a composite function. Okay, if anyone have a doubt, please let me know. This is basically a composite function. Whenever you have to solve composite function, you first put in the the inner function. The f is written outside. F is written after that. So we'll put minus 1 in the f function. We got, sir, minus 7. Whatever the output you got, minus 7. Whatever the output we are getting, minus 7, we'll put it in the g function. So that will be 3 times of negative 7 is minus 21. Minus 21 plus 4 is negative 17. Without the use of calculator, you have to do that, okay? The next thing we have got is how to find out the inverse. Make sure to show maximum working since this is 3 marks. The first step is always that fx function is equals to y. I'll just make a line as well. So we have got, sir, fx function is equals to y. And then we will say that, sir, the fx is basically 21 over 2x minus 1. Okay, that's the function. I'll have to make x the subject, okay? This is the fx function, copy paste it. I'll make the x the subject. So 21 is equals to 2xy minus y cross multiplying. Then I got basically, sir, 21 plus y is equals to 2xy. And then you bring 2y as well to the other side. So 21 plus y divided by 2y. We have got x the subject. X is equals to 21 plus y divided by 2y. And then you can just change the y, replace y with x. So the function is inverse function is 21 plus x divided by 2 times of x, and that is enough to get you all 3 marks. Okay, make sure to write the answer here. It will be, sir, 21 plus x divided by 2x. Okay, so that will be enough to get the marks for this one, students. Hope everyone got this. This is worth 3 marks as well. Okay. F inverse x is 21 plus x divided by 2 over x. Okay, then we have got solve fx is equals to gx. So we have to solve the function. Fx will be equals to gx. So we can just, this is an algebra question. As we can see, uh, in the functions, in the recent times in the function, it is coming again and again. Whatever the function is, you have to do algebra as well. So 21 times of 21 divided by 2x minus 1 will be equals to, sir, 3x plus 4. Okay, the just have to put them together, equate them together. Okay, 21 divided by 2x minus 1 is equals to, sir, 3x plus 4, and this is worth 5 marks as well. So this functions chapter, the functions is also coming more than 11 marks with the help of algebra. Okay, hope everyone have a look at the question. You'll have a quadratic equation being formed here. It is going to be, sir, 21 is equals to 3x plus 4 times of 2x minus 1. That will be, sir, 6x squared minus 3x plus 8x minus 4, okay, is equals to 21. So that will be 3x, 6x squared minus 3x plus 8x minus 4. Make sure check the sign, check the values correctly, check the signs as well. It will be 6x squared plus 5x, and then we got minus 25 is equals to 0. 6x squared plus 5x minus 25 is equals to 0. That is what we have got. So then can we take something common, or something can become easy to solve? So I don't think, because without, it's, this is without, they don't come in any table as well, right? 3 twos are 6, then 3 minus 3x plus 8x, that is positive 5x. I think this is the correct equation. They don't come in any other table. So we have to just do it. 6 times of 25 is how much? That will be, sir, 150. And then you have to do it with factorization. There is no other option. Otherwise, just do it with factorization, 150. And how can we get 5? So 15 tens is 150. And that also makes it 15 minus 10 will be 5. You have to do factorization, students. 15 minus 10 is positive 5 plus 15 minus 10 is negative 150. It works. Okay, it will be, sir, 6x squared plus 15x minus 10x minus 25 is equals to 0. Get the two factors, make two factors to be, sir, 3x common. So 2x plus 5 minus 5 common, 2x plus 5, 3x, 2x plus 5 in the bracket, minus 5 common, 2x plus 5 inside the bracket is equals to 0. We have got, sir, 3x minus 5 times of 2x plus 5. So these are the two values coming, okay? Make sure make a line for better solve in the exam. And this also working needs to be shown. So do proper working for this factorization thing. So the answer will be coming. You can use the quadratic formula as well, okay, but this one is more recommended. But you can, there, since there is no restriction, you can use quadratic formula as well, okay. So that is going to be x is equals to 3x is equals to 5. That will be x is equals to 5 over 3, and then you have got 2x is equals to minus 5, so x is equals to negative 5 over 2, okay. So that will be the case here. X is equals to 5 over 3. And then you have got minus 5 over 2. That is the value that we have got. Okay. So this will be the case here as well. So just keep the answer as it is. Write it down, 5 over 3 and minus 5 over 2. Let's also have a look at how the marking scheme split will be there. So definitely 1 mark, that will be 1 mark for the answers if you have got both answers correct. Okay, so that should be 1 mark for the answers, 1 mark for the answers. Then if you have made the correct quadratic equation, that is another mark, 2 marks for that, 1 mark for this answer as well. Then the other 2 marks are basically for solving. So whatever way you have solved, whatever working you have shown, that is 2 marks. 2 marks for the correct answers. The values should be correct, 5 over 3 and minus 5 over 2. And 1 mark, have you got this quadratic equation? This you have to show it 100% that this is the quadratic equation. After that, whatever method you do, quadratic formula or factorization, that doesn't matter for the examiner. Okay, whatever method you do, quadratic formula or the factorization, that doesn't matter for the examiner. Okay, hope everyone got this and got the point. Okay, is everyone clear? Following? What about the 3 marks here? So 3 marks, 1 mark is basically for the inverse, finding the inverse function, and 2 marks for whatever working you are showing, making X the subject and other working, that will help you get the remaining 2 marks. 1 mark is for the final answer as well. Okay. So hope everyone got the point and is cleared. Okay. So this is G2 and this one, all of these questions are done. Okay. Question number 20 is done. Okay. For question number 19, the whatever working you will show, that will determine how many marks are you getting. As much working you can show, that will give you the marks. Then we have got question number 21, uh, which is on the trigonometric sketching of the graphs. Very important question number 21 and 22. That this whole page is for the IGCSE 0580. That this is basically how do you sketch the graph of cos x, y is equals to cos x for 0 till 360. You must memorize it so that there is no problem in the exam. Just memorize the graph, that will help. So the cos graph starts with cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0, cos 180 is -1, cos 270 is 0, and cos 360 is 1. Okay, you can just, since there will be no calculator allowed, so that's why it's very important that you should know how does the basic cos graph looks like, students. Just remember, memorize it, and try to practice with couple of questions. Draw it with a very smooth answer, draw it with a very smooth pencil. You have to do it with pencil, I recommend, because if you do it with pen and something goes wrong, you can't erase it. Okay, so better do it with pencil. Do it with pencil and make sure try to be as accurate as possible. The better you draw the graph, it will be resulting in all the 2 marks that you will achieve. Okay, and then you have got a part B as well of solving this, for which you should remember the values. Okay, you have just have a look at the question 21B and 22B. Okay, have a look at the question. 1 minute, everyone. So what we have is basically we have to solve this. So in this, you have to make sure remember all the exact trigonometric values of the sine, cos, tan. So this is going to be 2 cos x. You should remember the will be 2 cos x is equals to minus square root of 3. And then that will be, sir, cos x is equals to negative square root 3 of 2 over 2. What does negative means? That cos is negative. Negative will tell us that cos is negative. So cos is negative in the second and the third quadrant. As everyone can see that the cos graph is negative in the second, 90 to 180, and 180 to 270. The cos is negative basically. Okay, so cos is negative in the second and the third quadrant, students. Make sure you know the exact value of the cos inverse of positive square root 3 over 2. The basic angle will be coming without the help of the calculator. You have to do that. So it will be the basic angle will be coming in of cos inverse. You have to show that. You never take the negative sign. Okay, you never take the negative sign. So cos inverse of square root 3 over 2 will be alpha is equals to 30 degrees coming. So the basic angle is coming, sir, 30 degrees. And when we have got the basic angle as 30 degrees, so in the second quadrant, the answer is always 180 minus 30 degrees. That will be 150 degrees. And the third quadrant, the answer is 180 plus 30 degrees. So that will be 210. So these are going to be the answer, which is going to be basically, sir, 150 degrees and 210 degrees. Okay. So these are the basically answer 150 and 210 degrees as the answer. for this question worth 3 marks. Okay. You have to get the basic angle. 1 mark is for getting the 30 degrees. Have you got the basic angle correct? The alpha correct? And once you got the alpha correct, you can just do it. In the second quadrant, we have 180 minus 30, that is 150. And in the third quadrant, it's 180 plus 30, that is 210. This will help us get all 3 marks as well. So this is also a very important question. Okay. There's also a very important question. As I said, that this is the values that you have to memorize and remember. This is what the examiner tells us from the syllabus perspective, that these values cos 0, cos 30, cos 60. That is what the syllabus mentions as well, right? Okay, the values you have to memorize. There will be one question on that. I'll share the values table as well. The values table is available already in the group as well. The values table that will help you get the values. Okay, this one, just give me a second. This is what we have. Okay, you should know the exact values of sine and cos. So sine 0, sine 30, 45, 60, 90. And similarly cos 0, cos 30, cos 40. And for the tan, you need to know the values for 0, 30. So tan 45 is 1. So that is the exact trigonometric values must memorize and then try to find the answer, which is in the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. I'll share the document again and we can practice more on this as a topical questions chapter as well. Okay. So question number 22 talks about what we have is basically on differentiation. And that is basically, this is a very important, this is the first time showing a question like this. So this can come again as well. Okay, this type of question can come again as well. The examiner says there is a graph with equation y is equals to x square plus bx plus c. So we have got y is equals to x square plus bx plus c. So that is the quadratic graph. Everyone knows it's a quadratic graph, students. And what it says is basically quadratic graph. It is a basically have a minimum point. So there is a minimum point, and from the concept, students need to understand the minimum point means what? From the concept, the examiner, the minimum point, whenever the word, this is disguised as well, the minimum point means that it's a stationary point. Okay, so just have to differentiate and put the coordinates, and you will be able to, you have to get the values of b and c, sir. We have to get the values of b and c for word 3 marks. So it will be, just have to differentiate, just do the differentiation. Dy over dx will be what? 2x. Power multiplies with the coefficient. 2 multiply with 1 power, so 2. Subtract 1 from the power, and then b times of 1 will be b only. So 2x plus b is the differentiation, because everyone should know the constant differentiation is 0. The bx differentiation should be b only, and the x square differentiation will be, sir, 2x. Okay, the x square differentiation will be the x square differentiation will be 2x. Okay, so what we have is basically the dy over dx will become 0 because it's a minimum point. You can substitute the x value. The x value is minus 5, and you can 100% get the b value first. Everyone understands stationary point is where the dy over dx is 0, students. The gradient is 0. The stationary point is also called the minimum point, sir. The stationary point is also called the minimum point, in which we have got the gradient dy over dx will be 0. We have got the gradient 0, x value minimum point I'm substituting. The minimum point x value is minus 5. So I can easily get the b value, which is going to be positive 10 is equals to the b value. 2 times of minus 5 is negative 10. When it goes there, b value is going to come as positive 10, students. Okay, so the b value comes as positive 10, and this is one value available already. How are you going to get the c value? You can substitute in the original question as well. Since the point, every point satisfies the graph. Okay, always remember, always remember, students, all points satisfies the graph. So we can tell the examiner that what is going to happen basically is, we can just substitute in y is equals to x square plus bx plus c. So we'll get the c value. Y value is 12. X value is going to be minus 5 whole square. The b value is 10. X value is minus 5 plus c. Just solve this and we'll be able to get the answer. That is going to be, sir, 12 is equals to 25 minus 50 plus c. It will be 12 is equals to minus 25 plus c. So c is equals to 25, 35, and 37. So that will be 37 as the value for the c, which we have got. The c value will be 37. So we have got the C value as 37 and the B value is basically 10. Okay. So this is what we have got. The B value is 10 and the C value will be 37. So hope everyone got this and it's cleared. We have got the 3 marks here. That this will be question number 22 done, which is how to get the values. One thing will be substituting of the equation, substituting of the point because the points always satisfies the equation. And the P coordinate you have to get from the differentiation, turning point, stationary point. This leads up to one of the very important questions of the mensuration again. As I said, in terms of pi is coming again and again. Another perfect example that in terms of pi questions are coming, it's a mensuration question. Very important for everyone. Everyone should focus and follow this question. This is a very huge and important time worthy question since the last one is very simple indices applied. So we can, that is the second last question. So first one, see, they are not giving you free marks. The first part is very easy. We can see it's a sector. You have to show that the length of the major arc is this thing. So everyone knows the arc length formula. Make sure correctly apply the arc length formula. So that is basically theta over 360 into 2 multiplied by pi into radius. So what we have got is basically 240 degrees divided by 360 degrees into 2 multiplied by pi into the radius, which is 12. So that will make it, this is going to be 240 into 360 divided by 2 into pi divided by 2 into pi into 12. That will be 16 pi. So this is going to be 16 pi as the answer for this one. Okay. So we have got 16 pi as the answer for this one. And this one is coming. The part B is where it is important. Worth 6 marks. So total 7 marks question. But that is the highest number of questions coming in. Previous highest was 5 marks question. That was the start of the coordinate geometry question. 5 marks question was the highest. And now this one is, it is replaced by, it is taken over by the mensuration question. The examiner says that the OA is joined to OB to form a cone. We have done this multiple times that the sector of the circle is joined in such a form that it makes a cone. Okay, you can do it this practical thing. Just take a page, turn the page out, okay, and try to make a sector. Okay, cut it like make a sector, and then try to fold it or try to fold it. It will itself make a cone, the ice cream cone type shape. It will make the sector of the circle. If you can imagine, if I start pulling it over like here, it will make a cone. Okay, it will make a cone. So what we need to understand is basically remember the formula. I would recommend just copy the formula whenever this type of question comes. You can just write down or memorize it. Sector of the circle forming a cone. Sector of the circle forming a cone. Just remember, if they ask you in the recent, they have asked this in 2023, 2022 as well, 2025 they are testing again. So higher chances, okay, not guaranteed, but higher chances of something similar coming up. So sector of the circle forming a cone. Remember the formula. It is basically the, just give me a minute. What's the formula? Circle of the sector forming a cone will be that we call it that basically the circumference of the circle will be the what we have is basically the circumference of the circle. It will be right. The circumference of the circle is basically to the arc length. Okay, the circumference of the circle is basically the arc length of the sector. See, that's the formula. Whatever the sector arc length is, remember students, whatever the sector arc length is, whatever this sector, this is called the arc length, right? The blue color thing is called basically arc length. So whatever the arc length measurement will be, that will be equals to the cone circumference of the circle. As everyone can see, the requirement is basically getting the cone, okay, getting the volume of the cone, okay, that is the cone. And we have to find, as everyone can read the question's requirement, we have to get volume of the cone where a is an integer and b is a prime number. So there is again surge coming up. You can see a square root b. As everyone can see, surge is coming up, a square root b times of pi divided by 3. So what we are going to get, basically I'm saying whatever the arc length of the sector will be, this will be equals to the circumference of the circle. We can find the radius of the cone. Okay, so it will be, sir, 2 pi r, circumference of the circle. Everyone knows it's 2 pi r. It will be equals to the arc length of the sector, which we have got, sir. The arc length of the sector is 16 pi. from the previous portion. Is everyone getting it? Part A, we already have it. Arc length of the sector is, arc length of the sector is 16 pi. So we did that and we tried to solve it. So we get the radius, pi and pi cancel. 16 divided by 2 will be 8, sir. So everyone got the point, sir. Radius is equals to 8 centimeter. Everyone should understand that, sir, volume of the cone is what? Formula must be remembered. Sir, volume of the cone is 1 over 3 multiplied by pi times of r square height. Sir, everything is available. 1 over 3 into multiply by pi multiply by radius, which is 8 square. The only thing missing is the height. The only thing which is not available is the height. So you have to understand how are you going to get the height of the cone as well. We have to basically find the height of the cone as well, students. Okay. So how do you find the height of the cone? Please follow carefully. That is another couple of marks for finding out the height of the cone. And that is going to be, if you have to get the height of the cone, that should be understanding here that this is the height h, this is the radius. The radius is with the green color, the black thing is the height. The radius is green color, the black thing is the height. And we also call that there is a slant height which is in the red color. Okay, there's a slant height as well, students, in the red color. So what students need to understand, that this measurement, always remember whatever this measurement is, OB and OA, because we see that OA is made up, OA will come down and match with the OB. So this measurement is 12. This measurement will be 12, okay? So we have got Pythagoras theorem to be applied again, sir. Since we have got a right angle triangle, which we have slant height as 12, radius as 8, and we can get the height, students. So height is going to be height square. It will be, sir, 12 square is equals to height square plus the 8 square, okay? Is everyone clear? It will be 12 square, the hypotenuse 12. 12 square is equals to h square plus the 8, which is the radius, okay? 12 square is equals to h square plus the 8 square. So this will make it up, sir, that it will be 144 minus 64 is equals to h square. 8 square is 64, 12 square is 144. Without the help of calculator, this should be 14 minus 6 is, I think, 8. 80. I think 80 is equals to coming as h. So this was going to be, sir, h value is going to be square root of 80, right? So that is what we are going to have. It should be, sir, 1 over 3 multiplied by pi, 64. And this should be square root of 80. Okay, height is going to be, students, the square root of 80. Hope everyone got the point and understood it to be height is going to be square root of 80. So we just have to simplify now, okay? That how do we multiply 8 square is 64? Let's write that down. 1 over 3 pi 64 times of square root of 80. As you can see, pi should be there, 3 is there. Just have to convert a square root b, okay? Just have to do this thing. So let's do it on this thing. We have a lot of space available here. So 6, what we have got, square root 80, same approach. Let's do it, square root of 80, same approach. Okay, 80 will be, so the factors of 80 are, in terms of prime numbers, 2 times of 40, 2 times of 20, 2 times of 10, 2 times of 5, 2 fives up. And then you have got, is everyone following, understanding? The last one you have got will be 5 ones are 5, okay? And that will be enough to get the value. 5 ones are 5. So I can write down square root 80 is equals to 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 2 times of 5. I can convert that, students. Take common numbers, 4, 2 twos are 4. Take the what we call it as a pack, pair of them. To take a pair of them, 2 twos are 4 and 2 twos are 4. So it will be square root 5, square root 4 into square root 4 into square root 5. This will end up, sir, square root of 80 can be called 2 times of 2 times of square root of 5. It is going to be 4 square root of 5. So 80 without, how do you do square root 80 without a calculator? That will be, sir, 4 square root of 5. And this 4 square root of 5 have to be multiplied with what, sir? This will be, I'll put it here again. 1 over 3 into pi. 64 will multiply with 4 times of square root of 5. As everyone can see, 64 fours is what? Just do that. 64 fours is something, 256. It will be 4 fours are 16, 4 6 are 24, 256 is. So the answer will be coming, students, 256 square root of 5 256 times of square root of 5 pi divided by 3. That will be the answer. The B should be a prime number. As everyone can see, the examiner wanted B should be a prime number. So the B value is 5. As everyone can see, the B is in the form of square root, so B value is 5. Better to write down as well for the examiner. A value is 256 and B value, somewhere write it down, B value is 5. So 5 is basically a prime number. B value is 5 and A value is 256. Write this down for the examiner. This will help you get all 6 marks as well, students. Okay. So hope everyone got this and it's clear, people. Hope everyone understood and got the concept of question. The question very important, which is question number 23 as well. How does the marking scheme split work? So 100% sure. 1 mark for A value, 1 mark for B value. If you have got that, okay. Then if you have got the R value as 8, I'll put the box over it as well. 1 mark for getting the radius as 8 centimeter. Definitely 2 marks worth for getting the height, which is 1 mark for applying the Pythagoras theorem and 1 mark for getting the height value, which is square root 80. So that makes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 mark must be for does the student know the volume of the cone formula? A lot of students don't even know in the exam what is the volume of the cone. So as you can see, easily 6 tick marks to get the 6 marks. Okay, easily 6 tick marks to get the 6 marks. 2 marks for the A and B values. 1 mark for volume of cone. 1 mark for radius. 1 mark for Pythagoras theorem, and 1 mark for getting the height, which is square root 80. Okay, so that is how 98 marks are achieved and only 2 marks remains. 98 out of the 100 marks are achieved, students. Question number 24 is left. This one I forgot to put the marks. So the marks is also 1 mark B value, 1 mark C value, 1 mark, 1 mark. This one will be 1 mark for the answers, 1 mark for the basic angle, and 1 mark for simplifying as well. How are you going to get this? So that will be 3 mark split for this question as well. Question number 24 is indices. How do you solve it? Comparing. So we have got 27 and 9x something. It's always recommended 9 and 27 are part of, we have to get the value of n. Make sure this question shouldn't be incorrect. You have to get it correct. 27 is basically, sir, 3 cube and 9 is basically, sir, 3 square. So it is going to be, sir, 3 cube times of nx. Say, I've just changed the numbers. Okay, I've only changed the numbers currently. 9 will be, sir, 3 square times of x. It will be like 3 square and x outside and then multiplying by 2 as well. Okay, so like it will be, sir, 3 times of 2x and then it should be 2 as well there. So it is going to be 3 power 3 nx is equals to 3 power 4x. Okay, 2 2s are 4x, that will become. And since the bases are same, so now you can compare. X and x will cancel. Okay, you can tell the examiner that, sir, this will be 3 nx is equals to 4x. Bases are same, so bases will cancel. Powers will equate. And then again, x and x will cancel. So you have to get the value of n. So n will be equals to, sir, 4 over 3. 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for showing whatever the working is possible. Okay. So that is how it will work. Okay. 1 mark for showing. This is how the marking scheme and it should work everything. This will be n is equals to 4 over 3. That is what we have got, students, to get the 2 marks. Okay. Sure, sure. What is happening basically? We have got 27. We have to find the value of n. Okay. And we can see there's powers as well. Okay. So 9 is basically 3 square and 27 is basically 3 power of cube, right? So I just changed 20. First, in the first step, I'm changing the numbers. 27 को 3 power cube कर दिया. 9 को 3 power square कर दिया. Now I'm multiplying. What is the indices rule? A power m. Have a look at it. The indices rule is if you have something a power m, outside is n, so you can multiply a power mn. Will multiply. So I'm multiplying 3 times of nx will be 3nx and 2x times of 2 will be 4x. Getting it? 2x times of 2 will be 4x. Everything is remaining the same, okay? So once we got this, now we can tell the examiner the bases are same. 3 and 3 are matching. Left hand side also 3, right hand side also 3. 3 and 3 cancel out. Powers can be equated. Once you are equating the powers, 3 and x with 4x, sir, x and x are matching. So again, x and x will cancel out. So it will be n is equals to 4 over 3 and value will be 4 divided by 3. That's the answer. Understood? Got the point? 1 mark for working and 1 mark for the final answer, students. Is it clear now? So the whole document PDF will be available. So make sure that everyone, whole document PDF will be available. Revise it. This is all 100 marks question paper done, which is 0580 October, November 25, paper 2, variant 2. Okay. We'll continue from it. Thank you. Have a great day. Take care. Bye. Allah Hafiz.